Hold your head up. Deep down inside, y'all, come on, don't stop. When they church you, that it's gonna be alright. Troubles and trials come to make you strong. Keep on believing, keep on holding on. Get ready and get ready. Come on, get blessed, get ready for your miracle. Come on, come on. I said get ready. Hey, get on ready. I said get on ready. Get on ready. Get on ready. It is Friday. I said get on ready. I want to say that happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth. That's one thing I do want to say. Happy Juneteenth to everyone that is watching. I am so proud. I'm going to say this. I'm so proud of everybody for joining and tuning in and listening and that is paying attention, right? Because these lives ain't easy. I'm going to let you all know that right now. They are not easy. But I am grateful. I am beyond grateful to have everyone here. I'm gonna say that I am beyond grateful. I'm trying to get this distraction out my way, but I am beyond grateful to have everyone here. I'm gonna go on and say this. It is not easy to do things like this. It is not easy to do things like this. So today, let's start by saying happy Juneteenth. Like I usually say every morning, what's up everybody? How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is having a wonderful and an awesome day. Can we wrap something around here so we don't keep falling? Because it keep falling. Okay, we're going to do this. Put this up here so it won't fall no more. But good morning. Good morning. We are starting our brand new series. Let me remind you all right now, I cannot see any comments. I cannot see any comments that anyone is making due to the app that I'm on. I believe that, I don't know, this is a new app that I just started trying out called OneStream. You may see it in the top corner. OneStream, you may see OneStream in the top corner. See, I told you I was going to fix it today. So, OneStream is called OneStream. So I just got the stuff ready and I just got stuff packed down. All right. So like I always say, good morning. Welcome back to another live. If you're coming in, speak to me in the comments, share this live. Let's have a real conversation because today we're about to step on some toes. Matter of fact, today, like I say, today is not even about stepping on toes. Today is one of those conversations where we have to sit in front of a mirror and tell ourselves the truth, right? Before we get started, happy Juneteenth to everyone. If you don't know what Juneteenth is a celebration of freedom, resilience, and how people kept moving when their life was trying to break them. But I can say something that may step on some toes already. Some people are physically free but mentally exhausted. Some people have opportunities but no energy to enjoy them. Some people have blessings that are too overwhelmed to recognize them. And if we're being honest, freedom doesn't always, let me lower this down. It doesn't always mean life gets easier, right? Sometimes freedom simply means you have another opportunity to keep going. Before we start this new series, I want to thank y'all for rocking with the growth series because those were some conversations. Even though we had some difficulties at the last couple episodes, but it's fine because we still push it and keep going. Amen. But we talked about having hard seasons, procrastination, comparison, overthinking, discipline, cussing and fussing. We talked about praying instead of cussing and fussing. We talked about not going back to old habits and old cycles. We talked about becoming better. But here's what I realized after those conversations. Growth is beautiful, but life still gets heavy. I'm going to say that again. Growth is beautiful, but life still gets heavy. You can be growing and still be tired. You can be disciplined and still be tired. You can be making progress and still be tired. And I think that's where so many people are right now, because let me tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Some folks are one inconvenience away from snapping. One unexpected bill away from shutting down. One extra responsibility away from crying. One person sending something that needing something. One person needing something from them away, saying, I can't do this no more. I can't do this. But here's the beautiful thing I want us to understand today. Being tired does not mean you weak. Being tired does not mean you're failing. Being tired does not mean you're lazy. Sometimes being tired simply means you've been carrying life. And sometimes life is heavy sometimes. I want to start with my first point. I got for this series, I'm doing 6 points, because I believe that I have been tired, and I've been in many seasons that I'm mentally tired. I'm not physically tired, but I'm mentally tired. So I wanted us to do 6 points. Each series would talk my junk moment after. Then we're going to go into something different. So it's like the growth series with the points and everything, but we're just talking about a different thing, and we just added one more point. All right. Point 1. Life has become too loud. Let me see. Let me check the Facebook app real quick and see who's on here this morning. I want to say welcome to anybody who is on here this morning. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Let me see who's on here this morning. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. I love it. All right, we on. Good morning. Any folks from YouTube? Good morning. Let me see. Any folks from YouTube? Oh, this is the wrong live title. But it's fine. It is fine. It's the wrong live title. I just checked on Facebook and it's the wrong title. On here it says I'm tired but I can't quit now. Let's check. Okay, it said the same thing. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But we're talking about. Yeah, I don't see the comments. I just checked. Alright. Hey, everybody. Alright, here we go. Let's start with this. Point 1. Life has become too loud. Can we start right there? Because I don't think people are talking about this enough. Life has become too loud. Every single day there is something fighting for our attention. Your phone is ringing, your notifications are going off, social media is moving, people are texting, family members need things, job need things, school need things, responsibility need things. And can we be honest? Sometimes it feels like life never shuts up anymore. That's real. Let me pause real quick and say again for the people that don't comprehend and don't listen to anything. Listen to me as I say this. The app that I'm on, I cannot see comments unless I come from my iPad and go to the apps that I'm streaming. Can we be honest? Sometimes it feels like life never shuts up anymore. That's real, because some folks are mentally working 24 hours a day and don't even realize it. You might be physically be sitting down, but your mind is running a marathon. You're talking about your bills, your future responsibilities, your goals. But what if somebody said, what somebody said to you yesterday? What do you need to do tomorrow? And everybody else in between, everything else in between. That's when people wonder why they're exhausted all the time. Can I throw another shot? If it makes sense, let me throw another shot. Some folks haven't been bored in years, but we are constantly consuming something. The TV is on. The music is playing. TikTok is open. Instagram is open. Facebook is open. We have become addicted to being stimulated every second of the day, because when the moment silence shows up, we get uncomfortable. That's why people can't sit in a quiet room anymore, because we train ourselves to constantly need noise around us. That's the problem. There's a problem with that, because noise can be overwhelming. Because eventually your brain starts saying enough is enough. Let me tell the truth. Some people aren't angry, they're overloaded. Some people aren't lazy, they're overloaded. Some people aren't mean, they're overloaded. Some people aren't losing their minds. Their minds are simply tired. I'm going to let you know this. Just because your body stop moving doesn't mean your brain stop working. Let me see. I need to explain that, because there's some people resting means sitting down. No, resting is when your mind gets a break too. Because your body is resting while your brain is carrying 25 responsibilities. That means you aren't resting. You're just simply sitting still. Here's another truth that might step on some toes. Some of us have become addicted to being busy, because being busy distracts us from ourselves. That's just, Jesus have mercy, Lord. That's deep right there. And when we're always moving, we never have to deal with ourselves. We never have to deal with our emotions. We never have to deal with our fears. We never have to deal with what we're actually feeling. But eventually, life will force you to slow down and pay attention to yourself. God, I feel that. That's why the series is called Tired, because today isn't about telling you to work harder, but today is about learning how to continue without losing yourself in the process. Can I let you know this? Some of us are tired because we feel like we have to have everything figured out. I'm going to say that again. Some of us are tired because we feel like we have everything figured out. Oh, Jesus have mercy. Can I tell the truth? Can we tell the truth? A lot of us are putting unnecessary pressure on ourselves because we have convinced ourselves that by a certain age we should have everything together. We should have the perfect career, the perfect finances, the perfect plan, the perfect future, the perfect life. And every time something doesn't happen according to our timeline, we immediately think behind. And social media has made this even worse, because every time we open our phones, somebody is graduating, buying a house, traveling, engaged, somebody starting a business, somebody is celebrating another accomplishment, and before you know it, you accidentally turned your life into a race against somebody else's. Can I tell y'all something? Everybody is figuring out life as they go. Woo! I don't care how put together somebody looked. I don't care how successful somebody appears. Everybody is learning as they go. Nobody has an answer. Nobody has every step mapped out. And I think that some people are tired because they're trying to control every chapter that hasn't happened yet. Let me say that again. I just messed up. It's distractions all over. Let me try to focus on y'all in my iPad and not focus on anything else around me. Let me say this again. Let me say it again. You're worried about, and I think some people are tired because they're trying to control every chapter that hasn't happened yet. You're worried about next month, next year, 5 years from now, and life is saying, can you just focus on today for a minute? Can I throw another shot for some folks in the back? Some folks have ruined today's peace worrying about tomorrow's possibilities. Shotgun, I just hit somebody. Let me say it again. Some folks have ruined today's peace worrying about tomorrow's responsibilities. Some people, put this in the comments. I need somebody to put this in the chat. I need you to put this in the chat because I think it's really going to help you and it's going to help me as well. Some folks have ruined today's peace You done messed up your peace today worrying about tomorrow's possibilities, because tomorrow isn't always promised. So why are you focused on tomorrow when God gave you the breath and He gave you life to live today? I'm stepping on some toes. I feel it. You get mad at me, but it's alright to be mad at I ain't gonna do nothing to you. So it's okay to be mad at me. Like, come on, somebody. It's alright to be mad. It's alright to throw it in. It's okay. It is okay. I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Right? I ain't mad at you. So this is what I want you to do right here. This is what I want you to do right here. This is what I want you to do right here. Because I feel it. I just feel it. Good morning, Minister Brown. Good morning. Some folks, I had to see what's Minister Brown on, because she supports me every time I go live. That's one true support. Let me just shout her out real quick, because she has actually been on the live. She has been posting. I see some of you all as well liking and sharing and commenting. But Minister Brown, she is actually, Minister Brown, she is supporting me through this whole journey. So I want to thank her as well. Just thank you so much, and thank you for the other ones who has been liking, who has been commenting, who has been sharing. But thank you a lot. I just want to thank you all. Thank you. Some folks, can I throw another shot? I'm gonna throw this shot again. Some folks are addicted to moving. Wait, I done scrolled down too much. Never mind. Let me go back. Alright, here we go. Some folks have ruined today's peace worrying about tomorrow's responsibilities. Because think about how much energy we spend worrying about things that haven't happened. We stress ourselves over imaginary situations, and we create scenarios in our head. We lose sleep over possibilities. Then tomorrow comes and none of these things even happen. Now you're tired from fighting battles that were never real in the first place. I'm gonna let you know this. Stop trying to solve tomorrow before today is even finished. Stop trying to solve tomorrow before today is even finished. I need to explain that because some of us are exhausting ourselves trying to control the future. The future isn't asking you to have all the answers today. It's asking you to keep moving one day at a time. Because life is not a race. Life is not a competition. Life is not a deadline. Life is a journey. And some folks are busy trying to get somewhere that they're missing the life they're already living. Here's the truth. Here's another truth. Give yourself permission to not have everything figured out. Give yourself permission to not have everything figured out. That's not a failure. That's being a human. You are allowed to learn. You are allowed to adjust. You are allowed to restart. You are allowed to to take your time, because some people aren't tired from life. They're tired from the unrealistic pressure they're putting on themselves. I'm at point 3. I'm halfway there. Let me say this. Some of us are tired because we keep rewarding everybody else except for us. I didn't word that right. Let me word it like it is on here. Some of us are tired because we keep rewarding everybody except ourselves. I feel like that. I just hit somebody with that. Let's be honest. Can we be honest? Can we tell the truth or shame the devil? I know half of you probably shaming the devil right now, but can we tell the truth for us? Let's be honest. I don't know what you're doing. I'm talking to you, and I don't know what you're telling me. Anything somebody can say can be a lie on social media. So let's be honest. Just be honest behind the camera. You don't got to say nothing, but let's be honest behind the camera. Some people celebrate everybody else but never celebrate themselves. You clap for your family. You'll clap for your coworkers. You clap for your friends. You clap for strangers. But when it comes to yourself, you're your biggest critic. Nothing is ever enough. You accomplish one thing and immediately move on to the next thing. You never stop and say, wow, I'm actually doing okay. And that's exhausting, because if your mind is always focused on what's missing, you'll never appreciate what's already there. I'm about to get away from the table. Let me say that again. Because if your mind is focused on what's missing, I wish I had an organ behind me. I would have been preaching off this right quick. If your mind is always focused on what's missing, you never appreciate what's already there. God have mercy, Lord. I know I'm not talking to myself. Some people have unanswered prayers they forgot they prayed for. Think about that. You're living in situations you once asked for. You're standing in opportunities you once dreamed about. But because life moves too fast, you don't even celebrate it anymore. Can I throw another little shot? Some folks are addicted to moving the finish line. I'm going to say it again. Some folks are addicted to moving the finish line. I know I'm not talking to myself, but that's deep. I'll be happy when I get this. This is some of y'all right here. Then you get it, and I'll be happy when I get there. Then you get there. I'll be happy when I make this amount of money. Then you make it. But happiness keeps moving because you trained yourself to never appreciate where you are. I'm going to say this. If you never celebrate progress, you'll always feel behind. I need to explain this because this is huge. Life is not just about it's not about reaching destinations. Life is also about appreciating growth along the way. Celebrate the little wins. Celebrate getting out of bed. Celebrate trying again. Celebrate consistency. Celebrate effort. Celebrate becoming a better version of yourself. Can I tell you something? You have survived things that should have broken you. I feel like a preacher when I just said that. I'm going to say this. You have survived things that should have broken you. Come on, somebody. Your ex relationship should have broke you, but God has put you and put the pieces back together and say, I made you whole and you will be made whole. Come on, somebody. Your pieces will not determine your next season. It's okay if you've been married for 25 years and the divorce just came through. It's okay if you failed the test, but God said the next test that you're about to take is about to make you forget every bad decision you made, because with the bad things that you've been doing, I'm about to make you realize that I brought you this far from when you used to be. See, some people will share testimony and say, I used to be at the crack house. Well, God has brought you far from your addiction. He has had you. Come on, I know I'm not preaching by myself, but He has put you in a place where people didn't think that you was going to beat your addiction, but thanks to be unto God, that you are feeling yourself and you are back to pieces, and God has been blessing you along the way. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard. Come on, somebody. I know I'm not preaching to myself. I know I'm not. Jesus have mercy. I'm telling you, it should have broken you. Them things should have broken you. Right? It should have broke you. It should have. It should have. It should have broke you. 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 And that's worth celebrating. Because you've overcome difficult seasons. You bounce back from disappointments. You learn from lessons. You mature. You evolve. Give yourself some credit. Stop being hard on yourself too much. Give yourself some credit. Thank God that I passed the test. Thank God that I just bought a house. Thank God that I paid off my debt. Thank God that the bills are paid on time. Thank God that I have a little extra money in my pocket, because the bill collector said, hey, don't even give me the full amount. Just give me half and I'll do the rest. Come on, son. Thank God that I have something extra in my pocket, because I remember 3 months ago when every penny that I had went towards bills, and it went through my light bill, the gas bill, it went through, come on, somebody, went through the rent, it went through the car payments. But thank God that I got an extra little money in my pocket that I could just go out and treat myself. Thank God that I worked so hard 24 hours, 24/7. I have worked hard, my 9 to 5, where God has blessed me, and I worked overtime, and I got me some extra money to put in my pocket to treat my own self. Thank God that He let me to have this job, because if it wasn't for God, I don't know if I would have been on the streets. I don't know if I would have been sleeping under the bridge. I don't know what I'll be doing. But thank you, God, for keeping me this long and sustaining me. Come on, somebody. Thank you. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate your losses and celebrate your wins. I thank God that I lost this, because it showed me that. I thank God that this relationship was ended, and thank God that I lost it, because it showed me how powerful that I am, and how that I know that someone wants me for me and not just for my. Okay, let me be quiet. I think I'm in trouble. Alright, because some people aren't tired because life is hard, but they're tired because they never allow themselves to feel successful. So let's go to our point four. Point four. Some of us are tired because we're living for everyone else's approval. Can I talk about that today? I feel like I'm just here. I feel like I'm doing it. I feel like I'm in there, y'all. I feel like I'm helping somebody. Some of us are tired because we're living for everybody else's approval. Can we talk about that? Because I think one of the biggest reasons people are exhausted and nobody wants to admit it, somewhere along the way, a lot of us started living for applause instead of peace. A lot of us started living for applause instead of peace. We started making decisions based on what people would think. We started dressing for people, posting for people, working for people, performing for people, proving ourselves to people, and eventually life stopped being about what makes us happy and started becoming what keeps everybody else impressed. And that's a dangerous way to live because people are impossible to satisfy. One day they'll support you. The next day they'll criticize you. One day they'll celebrate you. The next day they'll judge you. One day they'll tell you to go for it. The next day they're telling you that you're doing too much. That's why people will always leave you tired, because the finish line constantly moves. Can I throw another shot? Some folks are tired because they're living in a reality show that nobody asked them to create. God, I know I'm talking to somebody. I'm going to say it again. Some folks are tired. You tired. You're not tired. You tired. We know you tired. You're tired because you're living in a reality show that nobody asked you to create. Every decision has become a performance. Every accomplishment has become an announcement. Every moment has become content. And if we're not careful, we'll spend more time trying to prove we're happy than actually being happy. Oh my God. Let me say this. Chasing approval will always be more exhausting than choosing peace. I need to explain that because peace doesn't require permission. Peace doesn't need validation. Peace don't need likes, comments, applause, or approval from anybody around you. But peace comes when when you stop trying to convince everybody else that your life is valuable and simply start living in it. Here's another truth. The people who truly love you don't require a performance from you. I know I'm not. I know. Am I talking to myself? Look, I think we all at the age we supposed to know that. But if you need a reminder, I'm gonna let you know that you ain't the only one tripping, because the people who truly love you don't require a performance from you. They don't need you to be perfect. They don't need you to have it all together. They don't need you to constantly prove your worth. The right people appreciate you for who you are, not for what you constantly do for them. I'm going to say this. Some of us are tired because we don't know how to put the phone down. I just got somebody. Some of us are tired because we don't know how to put the phone down. Now this one right here is about to step on some toes. It's going to step on some toes. Can we be honest? Some of us have developed an unhealthy relationship with our phones. Before we even get out of bed, we scrolling. Before we say good morning, we scrolling. Before we even thank God for another day, we scrolling. And before we realize it, we're consuming everybody else's life before we start living our own. And here's the crazy part. We don't realize how much information we're absorbing every day. You're watching arguments. You're watching drama. You're watching negativity. You're watching opinions. You're watching bad news. You're watching everybody else's accomplishment and wonder why and then people wonder, or you, let's say you, then you wonder why you feel emotionally drained all the time, because your brain is overloaded. Can I throw another shot? Some folks know more about strangers online than they know about themselves. You know more about strangers online than you know about yourself. That's deep, because we know who dating who. We know who beefing. We know who going viral. We know who trending. But we don't know when the last time we sat down and checked on ourselves. Everything deserves your attention except everything. I need to explain that, because that's the problem. Everything cannot have access to your attention all day long. Your attention is valuable. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. If your attention is scattered everywhere, eventually your peace will be scattered too. Here's another truth. The world will still be here if you log off for a while. The world will still be there if you log off for a little while. The notifications will still exist. The posts will still exist. The videos will still exist. But your peace deserves attention too. Your mind deserves attention too. Your life deserves attention too. Point 6, and I'm done after my junk moment. I'm gonna talk my junk for y'all a little bit. But point 6, some of us are tired because we never give ourselves credit for how far we come. God have mercy. I'm gonna let me tackle this. Can we talk before we get out of here? Because I think this is one of the saddest things happening right now. Some of us are focused on where we're trying to go that we never stop and appreciate how far we already come. Think about that for a second. We are constantly chasing the next thing, the next goal, the next accomplishment, the next chapter, the next opportunity. And while we're doing all of that, we never pause and acknowledge ourselves. We never stop and say, man, I've actually made it through a lot. Can I say something? You survive things people don't even know about. You survive heartbreak. You survive disappointments. You survive difficult seasons. You survive financial stress. You survive being overwhelmed. You survive carrying responsibilities. You survive moments where you didn't know what will happen next. And somehow, some way, you still here. You may not be where you want to be, but thank God you're not where you used to be either. You may not be where you want to be, but thank God you're not where you used to be. Can I throw another shot? Some folks are waiting until life becomes perfect before they allow themselves to be proud of themselves. You are waiting until life becomes perfect before you allow yourself to be proud of yourself. And I see sometimes you gotta put yourself in it. Because here's the reality. Life is never gonna be perfect. So stop thinking it. There will always be another goal. There will always be another challenge. There will always be another responsibility. If you wait for perfection to celebrate yourself, you'll spend your entire life feeling behind. Say it again. If you wait for perfection to celebrate yourself, you'll never spend your entire life feeling behind. Stop moving the finish line every time you accomplish something. I need to explain that because a lot of us are guilty of this. We accomplish something amazing, and instead of celebrating it, we immediately tell ourselves it's not enough. We graduate and immediately start worrying about the next thing. We accomplish a goal and start immediately stressing over another one. We never allow ourselves to enjoy the moment, and eventually life starts feeling like one giant assignment instead of a blessing. And can I say something else? Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. You're learning, you're growing, you're figuring things out, you're trying. And I know it doesn't sound impressive to people, but trying matters. Showing up matters. Continuing matters. Starting over matters. Getting back up matters. Because let me tell you the truth. Some people gave up. Some people stopped trying. Some people become bitter. Some people quit on themselves, but you're still here. I don't know it. Not right now. I'm doing something. Listen to this. This is the thing. This is something to celebrate. Here's something to celebrate right here. Sometimes the biggest accomplishments is simply refusing to give up on yourself. I need to explain that because we celebrate huge milestones but ignore quiet victories. Getting up after a hard season is a victory. Trying again is a victory. Having faith again is a victory. Smiling again is a victory. Choosing to continue is a victory. Stop overlooking the small things because one day you'll realize small things were actually huge. I'm about to get up and get away because I feel like that somebody in the room or somebody that is listening to me need to know this. I'm about to go to the talk my junk moment, but let me tell you this. Sometimes the biggest accomplishment, come on somebody, is simply refusing to give up on yourself. I need you to listen to that. All right. So here's the final thing I want everybody to understand before we move on to the talk my junk moment. You're not allowed to be tired. You are allowed to be tired. Let me backtrack. I'm trying to read two things at one time. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to recharge. But you are not allowed to give up on yourself and quit on yourself. Because there is still purpose attached to your life. There are dreams attached to your life. There are blessings attached to your life. There are chapters attached to your life. And this season is not the end. It is simply a reminder that even strong people need to refill sometimes. But now, before we get out of here, let me talk my junk for a moment. Let me talk my ish for a moment, because I think we need to normalize something in 2026. Being tired does not make you a failure. I'm tired of people acting like they're robots. I'm tired of people acting like they're superheroes. I'm tired of people acting like they never had a bad day. I'm tired of people acting like they never cry. I'm tired of people acting like they never get overwhelmed. I'm tired of people acting like they never need a break. Can I tell y'all something? Everybody get tired. The leaders get tired. The parents get tired. The students get tired. The business owners get tired. The workers get tired. The pastors get tired. The strong friends get tired. Everybody gets tired, and that's okay. But can I say something else? Stop letting society pressure you into something, to believe in something. You have to earn your rest. Stop letting society pressure you into believing you have to earn your rest. That's deep, because some folks don't allow themselves to rest unless they're exhausted. Some folks don't allow themselves to breathe unless they're breaking down. Some folks don't allow themselves to slow down unless life forces them to. No, rest before you're empty. Whoa, Jesus have mercy, Lord, I feel that. Because if you don't sit down voluntarily, life will eventually sit you down involuntarily. I'm going to say that again. Because if you don't sit down voluntarily, life will eventually sit you down involuntarily. That's a good word right there. Can I throw one final shot? Stop. Some folks are carrying things that God never assigned them to carry. Let me throw it again. Let me just throw one more. Let me throw that again. Some of you are carrying things that God never assigned you to carry. Everybody's drama, expectations, emergencies, opinions, attitudes, moods, problems, business, everybody's life, and you wonder why you're exhausted, because you need to mind your business. Stop worrying about everybody else's life and success. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. Stop worrying about what your family got going on. Stop worrying about what everybody else got going on, because let me tell you something. As long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. I don't need nobody that's gonna bring me down. I don't need nobody that's not gonna support me and ride for me. If you don't want to ride and support me, fine. You stay over there, but let me let you know something right now.